All right, welcome to the Roundball podcast presented by Barstool Sports. And we are here with Rock Chalk and Jordan Bohannon. How we doing, boys? Finally,
Fellas,
Hunter made a
fellas, fellas.
fucking decision that didn't set the world on fire because I had to do all the dirty work after our last podcast.
Are you excited to be a Jayhawk?
Oh man, I'm so relieved.
The fuck
I'm
was
relieved,
that?
bro. Fuck you. I'm relieved.
I'm so relieved. Yeah, no. When I made the decision, I wasn't even happy that like I made the decision more so as like I was just relieved that was all over. But I am very happy now with the decision. I'm just excited to get down there to Lawrence, Lawrence, Kansas.
No one's ever excited to go to Kansas, but like
Yeah,
school, yeah.
Yeah, maybe the university. I don't think I've ever heard the sentence say I'm excited to get down to Lawrence, Kansas. Have you
No,
heard?
no one. That's why Kansas is so like fans love it because that's all they got. They got nothing else. I couldn't even tell you what's in Kansas, bro.
yeah. No, I'm not gonna
Guys,
lie.
what was that
Yeah,
movie?
the Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
That's where they filmed it?
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, that makes sense.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Last night, I looked up where Lawrence was in retrospect to the country. It's kind of near Iowa,
Yeah.
Wow.
but it's
It's
like
drivable.
it's below Nebraska to the left of Missouri, and then like to the right of it is Colorado.
This guy's this guy's doing geography now.
Well, I mean, I was like what kind of like major cities am I near? Like what close cities am I near? Obviously Kansas City, but that's pretty much it. So
But wait, isn't Kansas City? This always fucks me up.
Wait,
Isn't
yeah,
Kansas
isn't that
City
in
in Missouri?
Missouri?
Kansas City is like right on the border. It's like right on the borderline of
But it's in
Kansas,
Missouri, right?
Missouri. But yeah, it's Kansas City, Missouri. But it's like right. Let me look again just to fact check myself. It's like yeah, I stand corrected. Like some parts of Kansas City are in.
Bro, this guy doesn't
Dude,
know where the fuck he's going, bro.
Kansas fans, you guys are getting a good one. A really bright
No,
one.
no, 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 no. Like Kansas City is like you know where the line is. It's like right there, like right on the line.
Someone help the guy out.
I don't need to be helped. I'm
It's
telling
on
you
the
what it is.
line, he goes. It's on the line. This is why you're the best. You
No, okay. Look it up yourself. Look it up yourself. I'm telling you, it'll be right on the line.
No, I believe you. I believe you.
One
Um,
thing I don't understand, though, I have a question. I don't understand how the narrative of me dragging this out came about. I literally got in the portal when it was like it was April. No, it was March 31st, and I committed on. Let's see, what's 5 days ago? May 4th. That's like a month and 3 days. I don't
no.
understand how a month and 3 days is dragging this out. Like I know people are accustomed to people getting in the portal and committing like the next day, but
Well, I can tell you this, what it is. It's people have a thing about you that they think that you talk, they think that you do things on purpose. Like people think that we planned that episode, the last episode, to do an announcement about an announcement when basically me and Jordan hop on here and just like see what's going on in your head. We don't so that's what people think that you plan that whole thing to do like content around it, I think. And you didn't. You just literally were taking it for yourself. And in my opinion, I think you made the right decision.
well, I mean everybody was mad at me. So everybody was like, "Oh, Hunter's like just it's like he's trying to make it like a game, like he's all about himself. He's being so selfish." With I'm like, you guys are mad at me for your inside sources being wrong about when he's committing, what he's doing, and all this.
Yeah.
Don't be mad at me because the people you listen to have no idea what's going on in this recruitment. So it was like, no, like I haven't said anything. Like you said, that podcast was already scheduled like a week in advance because we gotta put out the content for something. And so I was giving you guys an update. I don't know why everybody said I was committing that one day. I never told one coach.
Yeah, everyone said you were committing that Wednesday, right?
No, everybody thought I was gonna commit on the Tuesday, and I
On the
said,
podcast.
yeah, and I'm like, I never told anybody I was committing on that Tuesday. That's literally just your reporters making up some BS that they heard, and so I was like, okay, yeah, you're getting mad at me for your people being wrong.
Jordan, do you agree though that like I think that people just thought like since he has a podcast and especially it's with Barstool and like we are very vocal about shit. Like, do you think that that's why they were thinking like kind of like always making it about himself?
I think they're just jealous of him. I mean, he's the most highly talked about recruit pretty much ever in the transfer portal, especially with NIL on top of that. I think there was a lot of jealousy. A lot of probably Michigan fans were pissed you were leaving. I think there's a lot of other fans that were realizing you weren't going to their school, so they were pissed off at that. But you also got to realize he committed to school, and there's guys that are going in the transfer portal still, like days before him. Like there's guys
What?
just getting in the transfer portal, and he
Yeah.
is just committing. And you're gonna say that he was dragging it on? First off, that's ludicrous because of the stakes that are at with Hunter
Thank
right now.
you.
Like there is a lot to it. It's not just committing to a school. You're basically like you're getting a new job. You're basically an employee now trying to find a new place of work because you're getting a great amount of money to be playing at a school.
And I said the same thing about that, where it's like, Hunter, what was when was your last visit to Villanova? What date was
It
that?
was like it was March 28th. Yeah, like people were like, yeah, guys, how am I supposed to if I want to take if I'm gonna commit to a school, I'm going to visit there. I'm not like these other kids who
It wasn't March 28th.
April 28th, sorry. April
Fuck, I was
28th.
gonna say like it was like literally a week after you like before you committed. Like you took everything in. Like you didn't just like
Well, and
how are
it's
you
like
supposed to commit when you don't go to places?
I had school during the week. So how am I supposed to take these visits during the week? Fit I would fit 2 visits in a weekend. Like I did Maryland and Georgetown in one weekend. I did Kansas and Kentucky basically in a weekend. I did like Kansas during the weekend and then Kentucky on Monday. So like I was trying to do it as fast as I can, people. I promise you. I was not trying to drag this on. I wanted
But
to
I
get it done
also think
as much as anybody else.
I think that you did it what you needed to do, but I think Jordan's also right where they're jealous because the Goodmans, the who has a lisp, and like all the other reporters and stuff, like they usually have so many sources and know what's going on. This is the first time that no one actually knew what was happening. Every school's reporter said that you were going to their school. Everyone that you had interest in, even fucking Maryland and uh, Maryland, Kentucky, Kansas, and Villanova all said that you were going to their school. And that's just because you kept it to literally your parents, like you, someone else, and I knew, and I want everyone to know. I knew
Marty
before
knew.
we announced,
Marty knew.
and I fucking am a good friend. And I said, you know what? Let this man announce how he wants.
The day so I committed on it was Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I committed on Thursday. I knew like I made the decision Tuesday night. I made the decision Tuesday night. Like it was late Tuesday night. It was probably like 9 p.m.
So when we recorded, you didn't know.
No, I did not know.
That's crazy.
I came back home and I really just thought about it. I was like, man, that feeling came where I was just like, I feel like I feel like at this point I kind of got the feeling that I know where I want to go. I think this is the best place for me. It checks all the boxes. I felt like worst case scenario, it'll still work out fine for me. So I was like, all right, bet. I think that's it. Told my parents. Then the next day, Obviously, I told my AU coach because that's the other person that was really helping me. It was my parents and him. So 4 people knew at the time. And then I told my videographer, 5. And then I called Self that on Tuesday night, asked him if he could come here so I could talk to him about. Actually, no, my AU coach told him to come here and talk about something. Like we made up something for him to come here. So we basically had like 24 hours, like not even a 24-hour notice. We had like a 12-hour notice of how the video was going to go. Everybody was hand on the video. It came together in like
We're gonna get to the video.
that came together in like 12 hours. I did the best we could in like 12 hours. The plan was way better. The plan was way better, but it kind of got interrupted because we were expecting him to come in like at night, and he came in like early, like at like 4 he landed. So that kind of messed everything up. But yeah, we had to put that video all together in like 12 hours. It wasn't like this week-long thing that everybody thought that I flew to like Kansas to meet him or something like that, and I knew like a week in advance. But then, so I told him, so that was 5, 6. I told Marty 7. I'd even tell my brothers. I told my brothers like right before.
So fuck you guys. I knew.
Other than that, that was like it was like less than 10 people that fully knew before the commitment.
Can I say something before we move on to, or before we go on about this?
Mm-hmm.
About you dragging it on. There's certain people on social media that we have had beef with that have said, and I'm not going to say directly at them, but the people that said you were directly, or you're purposely dragging this on for content reasons, that is the most idiotic statement I've ever heard someone say. First of all, they have not ever been in even close remotely to your shoes, like not even in the same breadth of your shoes.
Jordan, who said
for them to say, hold on, I'm not done, Marty. For them to say that you were dragging on for content reasons, first of all, it's just a publicity stunt. They're just trying to they want to talk about us trying to get clicks. That is like idiotic to say, even worse than whatever we've done before. Like that is crazy to me. And I think that's disrespectful to you because no one's ever been in your shoes before. No one's ever had to deal with NIL at this capacity before. No one's ever had to make a decision as this hard as you. And I thought it was very, very disrespectful.
Jeff Goodman?
It wasn't, well, I don't know what exactly he said, but it was people that he was affiliated with said it.
Rob Doster?
And keep going along that line, those people.
I don't even know anyone else's names.
Some people who don't have anything to talk about now on their podcast have to talk about us in our podcast and what I'm doing to try to get clicks on their own podcast. So
yeah, I mean, you can talk shit about us all you want. Okay, we might not be the most entertaining. We don't have the most resources towards our podcast. Like we got a fucking gremlin in the basement editing this shit. Like he's the best. Man. He's the best. He's the best guy ever. But but seriously, we have 2 guys that have played the sport. A guy that's going through a process that no one has ever gone through before, and you're going to be listening to guys that have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Guys that just spam other people's phones just to get a source.
At Ohio State.
Like it's ridiculous.
I didn't say it.
It's ridiculous. Like, what are we listening to? Like, we've 2 guys right here. We might have one psycho over on the left over here. We have 2 guys that know what the fuck
is here for entertainment purposes.
I appreciate
Champa, I'm sorry I called you a gremlin.
No, he is a gremlin.
We're just 3 guys, man. We're just 3 guys that grew fellowship from basketball, man. And then we got the one behind the tunes, Champa, just trying to help us out and get it all together, man. That's all this podcast is. We're just trying to give knowledge to the fans.
Because we're legit, like everyone I've realized when I was like fighting with these fucking losers, I was like, I couldn't imagine if I was them, I'd be so upset if I was one of them. We do this for fun. Like we fuck around. We just listen to this guy do about geography for fucking 10 minutes. Like we're just friends chilling and we like college basketball. Those other losers like saying like we're doing this for clout, like we would never be like, it's like, bro, You guys are all people that have done nothing and just fucking hit up 18-year-olds about what they're doing that day. That's basically what you do. That's their job. We're just I get on. I don't even know what the fuck we're going to talk about every time we sit down, but we just talk. So everyone go fuck themselves. And Hunter, you did a great job. I also did text. You can put this text out there, Champa, but I did text Goodman because I was like, you know what? I felt like I was being I wanted to be an adult one day in my life. I said, you want to come on the podcast? He said, I did one with you already. That was enough, my man. That was when he was fighting with Jeff Nadeau. Who would have thought Jeff Nadeau was right about Goodman? So I said, so just confirming you want to keep talking about me and not to my face, just want to confirm my sources. And he goes, dude, you were late on this one. It's okay, though, man. The best of us can't break them all. I was like, I'm being an adult here, dude. Do you want to talk like adults on the pod or do you just want to do weird stuff? And he goes, I'm doing something now live. And then I was like, all right, this guy has a lisp. He's 50 years old. He's got nothing better to do, so I understand how he is. But again, they're jealous that you won't talk to them. We're going to have the biggest fan base ever this year. I'm already was on Spaces, Jordan, with these Kansas people. And Hunter joined while he was on the plane. I'm on Spaces. I'm a fucking Jayhawk right now. And they're nuts. They fucking love it. And I was sucking off Hunter like there was no tomorrow on that thing. I was like, everyone's saying I just suck his dick already. I was doing it. And it was and they're nuts. They love Hunter already. Fuck these people. But I did want to say, before we get into your video real fast, Jordan, tell me if you agree. Do you think Hunter changed the portal game completely? Because usually transfer portal people, right, are not the best players on their team. They usually stay. A lot of fucking people have left after Hunter did that were the best players on their team. Like dropping 20 a game. Like usually transfer people are like, you're getting 8 minutes, 10 minutes a game. You want a bigger role. It seemed, and the Hunter did it for himself. He didn't do it for this, but it seems like there's been a little bit of a movement after he did transfer.
Yeah, and I love it. I mean, I think that's what you got to be, especially at that level Hunter's at. Like at some capacity, you have to be selfish about your future, and that's what Hunter is. I mean, you can rat on him all you want. You can hate him for what he did. He's being selfish for his future, and who the hell is not in their own job or profession?
Everyone.
Who the hell is not?
Thank you.
College athletes are the only people that get caught up in being deemed selfish when coaches are doing it left and right. There's no reason why players should not be allowed to do what Hunter did. And I think he's opening the gate for a lot of possibilities and hopefully continued to allow further protections for athletes in the future.
Bro, Jordan, the people hating on me would leave their job right now for a $10,000 increase.
Yeah.
10,000.
100%. That's just 10,000.
And you're getting way more than that.
I got at Michigan, I got less than 600,000 or less than six figures. My bad. Less than six figures.
I was gonna say 600,000. Okay.
Yeah. I got less than six figures at Michigan for the year.
But exactly, no, like college athletes have like they're like wrapped in this like aura that they're not allowed to be selfish about their future. When literally their profession is that's their future. Like what you're doing is your future.
You also went from. I'm not going to shit on Michigan. You did a lot for them.
I won't say anything bad about.
I'm not saying anything bad about Michigan
and stuff like that because, like, I still do love like Michigan. Like, I still love the school and everything. Love the program. It was super. That's why it was so hard to leave because it's like I really didn't want to leave. I didn't, but I just felt like, man, it was the best decision for me, and it took a lot of courage. I feel like people don't realize how much courage it took for a guy who was there for 3 years, was All-American for the team, like
the face of the team.
Like I did have a legacy there, and I basically gave that up, like Jordan said, to try to be selfish and do what's best for me and my career, not what's best for anybody else's career.
So you went from Michigan, which again I'm not talking any shit about, but you went to one of the most winning schools in college basketball. And not only
The
that,
winningest school
yeah, let's slow it. They are, but
all
let's
time.
sure. But you went from to the most winning school, and like a guy like Bill Self who knows how to use big men in his offense
Mm.
and defense. He's
Mm.
gotten very shitty big men to the NBA. Let's just say that. He's fooled some people, and he's now got someone that he doesn't need to groom, just needs to put him in the right system. You went to the exact school that you need to go to. Oh, and you also have a point guard that loves to give it to the big men. Loves to.
Mm.
And also your four, whatever it is, your four is the most athletic person in the entire world. He can dunk from half court. I've
KJ
never
Adams.
seen someone jump that high. KJ Adams is the most athletic person I've ever seen, and now he doesn't have to play the 5. Kansas is going to be one of the best. They're probably going to be number 2 preseason ranked.
Who's won?
Duke.
Okay.
They are, though. They actually are. I looked before I said that. And you also may get this fucking Duke recruit that Mgbako or whatever his name is. Would be insane. But
I texted him yesterday to tell him to come on. I don't know that I heard Mgbako.
You text him to come on the podcast?
No.
No.
Yeah, he would never do that. He's got the whole Rolodex of fucking college basketball right now. He'll never have one of them on here.
No, I told him to come to Kansas, but I heard it's between Louisville and Indiana for him. But I don't know. But he said Kansas is in the mix. So
you gonna get someone on the fucking podcast?
Yeah, well, I mean, like I feel like we're not gonna have a podcast for a while now.
What?
No, we could still have some people in the off season.
That's when you're supposed to get some people when you don't have.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. I didn't know how we were going about this.
We'll take some time off, but like, if we have a guest, we should definitely put some out, especially if they're big. But before we wrap up here, the video. Jordan, would you like to go first?
I'll piggyback off you.
The video, I'm gonna give my real thoughts on it. The idea was there. Hunter. It was a dog shit video.
Like I said, we had like.
And you could have at least. I know I'm a moron, but I do that for a living. I could have gave a little funny angle, maybe a little funny and serious.
Well,
it was a cool video.
I want to, Hunter. You missed a prime opportunity. I'm not even saying doing it with the podcast because it's your decision. You could have done whatever you wanted, and I respect that. You had a prime example or a prime position to hit up a sponsor for your video, Hunter.
No,
you could have got Bose to do a headphone. Like you had so much opportunity there.
No, I had somebody do that. We had something in place, but because it was so short notice, we couldn't do it. We had somebody in place for it.
Oh, bullshit. If they wanted to do it, they would have done it.
It's also crazy you did that whole decision in a day.
Yeah, no. The plan was to do a company, and then they wanted me to come on their podcast and explain it. And then I was like, I don't want to do that.
You were gonna go on someone else's podcast?
It's an apparel company, and they have a podcast. It's not like a sports podcast. It's just.
Let me tell you something though, Jordan. I don't know if I'd be able to have that.
Again,
if I saw him on another podcast, I know if he was getting paid, I'd be like, yeah, sure, go for it. But if I saw him on another podcast, I would have been like, this guy. Also, you couldn't have me be the person call you or something. See,
I didn't think about that.
Done.
That would have been smart.
I didn't think about that, but
there's some more. If you involved a Barstool personality or someone to boost it up even more, people. I mean, you got a lot of views on it. How many views did you get?
I think it was.
I'll look.
If you include Twitter, I mean, Twitter was like 3.5 million.
Twitter was 708,000. Yeah, you got I don't understand the views. It says 708 views, and then it's
Yeah,
like
but it doesn't say. Yeah,
3
it doesn't.
million.
No, wait, I can. Hold
impressions.
on, let me tell you. I'll tell you right now.
You were just right there. You were just inches away for it
Yeah,
to.
4.3 million.
It's just you had resources
You
over
did.
here, over there. You just didn't use it. It's fine.
Was it the best video? No, and I know that.
And that's why I love you. You don't just be like.
Were you driving, like personally driving when you were recording one of the segments?
No.
You were?
No, my man was recording.
Okay.
But we can't, like, people got to realize the context. Is what, like, if I had a week to do this thing, then yes, it would have been a lot better. The production would have been a lot better. We had a day, and
A day's a
did it
long
yourself.
time, my man.
You had.
really not.
I got
24 hours is a
done.
long time.
Me and Jordan have done.
No.
Brian
Like, it
videos.
was like, because we had basically from like 10 to like, he had something at 7. So from like 10 to 7 was our block.
I'm just gonna. I already have. There's ideas flying in here right now. I should have been the one going to tell Bill Self that you're going there. But hey, you committed. Who gives a fuck? You're going to Kansas. I'm Jordan. Me and you are going to Kansas. That is 100%. We are going to do a live show. I don't even know if it's going to happen. The live show's happening, but I want to do it at the Boom Boom Room.
Oh yeah, we gotta go for sure.
I want me, Hunter, Jordan. We'll get Champa there, the Gremlin, and we will do a podcast.
Oh, it's a 5-hour drive.
That's easy. It'll probably be like 4 connecting flights for me to Kansas because no one goes there. But
do they even have an airport there?
I probably don't. You probably got to fly to like Missouri and then do it.
You fly to Kansas City, and then it's like a 40-minute drive.
Before we end, was any other school close? Was it pretty much them from the beginning?
Please say Maryland. Please say Maryland.
Actually, I have 2 more things before I let you go. That's
Hunter,
one.
I really wanted you to go to Maryland before you answer. I really wanted you to go.
I feel
really
like
bad.
a comment on Maryland. The Maryland fans are just going to be like, "Why are you telling us this? Just keep it to yourself."
That's what they're going to say anyway.
Yeah.
I love, though, that half of them were like, I'll love if he comes here, but if he doesn't, I'll go back to hating him. And I was like, I respect that.
Yeah, and I respect that. I respect that too. It's fair.
I was on your side so hard with so many Maryland fans, Hunter. Like I was.
Were you close to going there?
I was close to literally going to every of the 4 schools. Like I thought it was after every visit, I was like, okay, this is where I want to go. So that's why I was
all jerking you off.
That's why I was like, this is why I need to wait for every visit. So I waited for every visit. I was like, damn, like I really could go to Kentucky. I was like, I think from a standpoint, like it would be a big risk, but it also like Cal's got a really good record of getting guys to the NBA. I'm like this might be the spot for me. But then I was like, on the other hand, Maryland, like it's home, like I could have a hometown legacy. Like my head coach is there. I really like Willard. Jameer's there. Like I always wanted to go to Maryland. Like I always wanted to come home.
I think you should rank each school which one you were closest.
But then Villanova, I was like, Villanova, like they have everything that I wanted to do from a from a playing perspective, like, and then Justin being there, like I like the coaching staff, felt like a real family, like everybody from them were hitting me up. So I was like, damn, like I really didn't know, like that's why again it took so long, it was so hard of a decision, because it's like I really thought I could have gone anywhere.
Come on, you mean rank who was second?
Don't do it.
I'm not going to rank who was second because honestly, there was no second. Like, I mean,
they all had a chance.
There's no prize for runner-up, Marty, in this.
Yeah, there's no prize for
there is, because they'd be like, "Oh, we were so fucking."
We almost that one time 20 years ago, we almost got them.
Yeah, no.
It's
I'm
so bad.
not gonna say there was a second place, but no, Jordan, Maryland had a very real chance, and I just didn't feel like it was the right time to come back. I didn't feel like it was the right time.
It would have been so awesome though. It
Going
would've
back
been
in the
so
Big
awesome.
Ten would be you'd have a gauntlet every time you went on the road.
Well, yeah, no, that was fun though. That was fun. Like
Yeah, you would have liked
it
that.
just sucked because we lost those games.
I
and
mean,
so it kind of got hard on me. Like it only sucked because we lost. Like if we would have been winning, I think it would have been a lot easier for me mentally. But it was just hard because it's like, and then all the Michigan people were like, "Oh, his podcast, his mouth, whatever." I'm like, guys, I said something about like two schools. So it was literally Wisconsin and Michigan State. That was it.
And wouldn't you rather have a player at your school like that than a guy that just
100%.
is
Well,
so
and I'm like, I
bland?
never said anything. Actually, no, I did.
You didn't really say anything to jeopardize. You didn't say anything to jeopardize the program.
Yeah,
You didn't.
I call
No,
this
one thing. Hold on, Hunter.
and
Before
like,
you finish, I want to have your back here for a second. Not one for Michigan fans. I hate Hunter. He didn't do a single thing to jeopardize that program. All he did was to try to win games and do the right things for university. So they have no reason to hate you.
I don't think they really hate you. I don't think they do. I saw a lot of positive ones being like,
yeah, there's a lot of positivity.
I hope he's like, I always appreciate what he did for Michigan. Like, obviously there'd be some assholes on Twitter. I see him every day.
Yeah, well, and yeah, that's another point. Like, I did get a lot of. I mean, like, I knew I was going to get some hate from Michigan people, but I feel like I got more hate than I don't know, because it's kind of understandable. Like, I knew a lot of people were going to hate me for my decision, but again, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I did a lot for the university. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe.
but fans aren't rational. Like, imagine like Josh Allen said he wanted out of the Bills, you'd be like,
oh my god, oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a rational. That's why I'm on this podcast.
That would hurt a lot.
Rational.
Speaking of, he's my guy now, so.
I know, and that's the last thing I wanted to talk to you about. You went to the Kentucky. Well, I was talking to Baycott a little bit, and I was like bold of Hunter to not commit to Kentucky, then go to Kentucky Derby. And he was like, "Nah, there's mad Kansas fans out here." How was the Kentucky Derby? You were with a bunch of NIT runner-ups?
Well, it was me. Yeah, it was me, Armando, RJ.
Wait.
We saw Oscar.
What are you laughing at?
A bunch of NIT runner-ups.
There's a bunch of NIT.
Yeah, no, the Derby was crazy. Like it's so fun. Like I went last year and I had so much fun. So I went back this year.
You saw Dave?
Yeah, I saw Dave. Dave was cool. I saw Elio's
Elio's the best.
Elio's literally just like a normal person. Like he's just a normal person.
He's just a guy who owns a pizzeria and loves to gamble. He brings a briefcase everywhere he goes. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, Elio was really cool. Dave was super cool. Like he was talking to me and stuff.
Did you throw like, "Hey, Marty's doing a good job"? No.
No. I told Elio I'd do a podcast with Marty, and he said that. But no, so there was like Peyton Manning was there, Rodgers, all like Adams and all of them. Obviously Allen. Did I say Mahomes? No, Mahomes. Diplo was there, like Tusi, all these guys. When I saw Josh Allen was there, I was like, oh God, I need a picture. Like that is like my hero. Hopefully he's not listening to this. Definitely not, but
we're definitely not going to clip this.
Hopefully he never listens. Like I never hears it. That's like my hero, Josh Allen. Like probably he literally decides my weeks, like how my week is going to go in September, October, November, December. And I'm just like, I need a picture with him. I walked by him like twice. I was too nervous to ask for a picture the first two times. I walked by him the third time, like, Josh, man, can I please get a pic? He was so cool.
Did he have any idea who you were?
Yeah, well, because I mean, he followed me after, so.
Oh, get him on the pod.
I need to keep this. I need to keep this slow, Marty. I know it feels like I'm glazing him, but like.
No, I know how it is.
This is crazy because it's like I'm so used to always person asking, like getting asked for the pictures and stuff. So then when the role is reversed, that's why like I always tell people this, and it goes back to when I took a picture with a little baby. Like I'll never say no to a picture, or like at least like I might say no like if I'm playing a game and like somebody will ask me for a picture like as I'm leaving for like halftime, somebody will ask me for a picture. Obviously I can't do it then. But like if I'm out in public and somebody asks me for a picture, like I'll always say yes, because for the one or two instances that I want a picture of somebody, I pray that they say yes. And this was another time where all the good karma that I've gotten for saying yes to taking pictures paid off. And I got a picture. He was super cool. We were talking. I told him, I was like, yo, the Bills need to get you some damn help. They're BSing right now.
He was one of the best receivers in the fucking league.
But that's it, though. That's it. They double team him, then they got nobody.
Yeah.
Go Gabe Davis. Dawson Knox. Don't even get me started on freaking Dawson Knox.
All right, we can't talk about this right
now. Yeah, so I was talking to him. I was like, yeah, Ken Dorsey needs to step it up or he can get out of here too. But I was talking to him, that really made my, like, when he followed me back, I know this is like, seems like I'm glazing. That made, that was like, I was like, bro, I could die a happy man now.
No, it's not, because I know what you mean as someone who has to say yes to pictures of people, and I always will because I do the same thing. Like, I'll have like some Yankees players that I know. Like, I text them like I'm like I get nervous to text them, being like, I don't want to be overstepping. I don't want to I literally asked Harrison Bader to go to dinner last night. And we're going to dinner. Like, I love that, man. And like, I understand what you mean. Like, you feel like such a pussy. You're like, why am I fucking nervous to talk to this guy? I talk to people all day, but it's still like someone that you also sometimes don't want to meet them because it's like, if they suck, I'm going to fucking be pissed off.
No, that's what happens with, that's literally kind of what happened with Mahomes. I walked by Mahomes and he was looking at me and talking. And so like, my guy was like, hey, he might know you. So I walked back around and he like dapped me up and he said he knew me. And like he said, he comes to Kansas games. I hated how much I liked him. I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated how
he's a good guy.
I hated how cool he was. He was honestly like one of the coolest people, like from a famous person perspective, that I've ever met. And I was like, damn it. Now I have to like you now.
That's unfortunate.
I told him I was a Bills fan. I'm like, yo, you broke my heart. Like, he's like, oh, I'll take it easy on the Bills next year. I'm like, no, it's okay. You already broke my heart in 13 seconds. Like, you already did what you did. It's fine. But like, he was honestly so cool, and I was just like, damn it.
No, he is the boy. Like, I've met him once. He's a very good guy. But his brother's doing High School Musical in jail right now. But
brother's not there. Brother was not there.
Yeah, because he's in jail, dude.
No, he's out now.
But no, he's a good guy. But hey, Josh Allen, you know Jordan. I like when I catch Jordan off guard. You know, Josh Allen bet, like, he didn't bet anything, but he picked me to win Rough and Rowdy.
Really?
Him and Sam Darnold were bet on. Sam Darnold took the other guy. Josh Allen took me.
Well, Josh Allen knows. He knows Rough and Rowdy.
Did you?
Did you go to Rough and Rowdy? I want to go.
I'm not going to this one, but you should go. I'll set you up. They'll set you up.
I'd have to like. Hold up. I gotta see. I don't know. I don't know who I'd go with.
Let's get one clip. Is Oscar going back to Kentucky? You hung out with him.
I didn't ask him about that. I asked him. Oscar's cool. I was talking to him about like his workouts and stuff, and just the season in our game and stuff like that. I ain't asking nothing about him coming back.
Well, you're going to be playing Kentucky in one of the first games.
The first game, yeah.
Yeah, first game playing Kentucky. I'm fucking 1 year off. You're playing Duke.
I know, 1 year.
Yeah, you would have lost anyway. If Kansas and Duke play this year, I'm gonna have a meltdown. But that's honestly, bro, you went from the Big Ten, which is like, you went to the hardest conference, by the way.
I want to play the bump.
And that's good.
I want smoke.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you went from an ass conference to a good conference.
Are you guys? I'm excited for you to play Iowa State.
I can't, bro. You playing on Kansas is crazy. It hasn't it's so crazy.
Like, playing at Iowa State, dude, you're gonna love it. It is so much fun.
Oh, Jordan. I have I got something off air that I'm going to tell you. I got a. It's like it's not ski mask level. There's nothing that'll top the ski mask, but it could be up there for that game. But it's not a ski mask. Ski mask was retired.
For the Iowa State game?
You're gonna leave your shoes on the
I'll tell
court?
you. I'll
Yeah,
tell you
worse
when
than
it's
putting
done.
my shoes on the court.
I'll tell you when it's over. But it's
Wow,
like,
what a tease!
it's like ski level. It's ski mask level esque.
I love it.
So yeah. All right. Well, I got to go, boys. So it's
All right. Well, hey, they're gonna let you. They still podcast is still good.
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah, nobody. But is the podcast? Have they said anything? No, they haven't said anything about it.
Well, good. All right. That's the show. We'll be maybe we'll get a guest next week. Hit up Dickie V. He said he would come.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
All right. Lakers are going to win the NBA championship, like I've told everybody, 30-1. All right. That's the show. We'll talk to you guys next week.